Hello everyone, welcome to Get Life class. Today we are going to solve this question which is a small part of the parent plant used for tissue culture is known as option A bud, option B mother plant, option C explant and option D callus. So let us try to understand the question. It says a small part of the parent plant used for tissue culture is known as. So here they're asking about the small part of the parent plant and that can be utilized for tissue culturing. That is in case of vitro culture, that is in vitro culture. What do? We take a part of a plant and any part, of course, it will contain tissue, right? It is made up of cells. So when we take that tissue for culturing, what is that tissue called as, which have been taken from the parent plant? So that is the question. And the option, as I said, it is the first option is the bud. Okay, so what do you mean by bud? So let us talk about the option A, that is bud. So what do you mean by bud? This is a small outgrowth, which can be used for tissue culturing. Okay. So it is, of course, it is made up of cells. So it is a tissue, but it is a proper, it is a bud. So that can be, it can be considered as a explant. Okay. So the part which has been taken from the mother plant, okay, even though it is a bud, but still it will be called as an explant because it is not a plant, it is the explant. That is, it has been taken from another plant. So that is why it is called as explant. So bud is an example of explant. Okay. And of course, this will give rise to genetically identical, genetically identical, identical plants. Okay, which can be considered as clones or which are nothing but the clones because they are all genetically identical among themselves as well as with the plant. Okay, so option A, that is bud, it is a type of explant, but we don't call all the tissues which have been taken from the parent plant for the culturing as bud. Hence option A is ruled out. Option B says mother plant. So what is a mother plant? Mother plant is the plant from which the tissue for culturing has been taken. So this is the main plant. Okay. So from this only the tissue for, or you can say from this we take the explant. So explants are taken from here. Okay. Taken from this mother plant. Okay. And hence option B is wrong because they are asking about the tissue which have been taken from the parent plant. Okay, so the parent plant itself can be considered as the mother plant. Okay, so mother plant is nothing but the parent plant, right? Parent plant and not explant. Now, let us talk about option C. Option C says explant. So what is explant? Explant. So as the name indicates, X means like it was a plant earlier, now it is an explant. So it has been taken away from the main plant. So it can be any part of the part of the parent plant, okay, parent plant, which can be utilized for what? Used for tissue culture. Used for tissue culturing. And why are we calling this tissue culturing? Because the explant is, it can be any part. Okay. So it can be a bud, it can be a root, it can be a part of stem, it can be a leaf or any part. So everything can be considered as explant. Okay. So option C should be the right answer. But let us look into the option D. Option D says callus. So what do you understand by callus? Callus? Callus is nothing but a group of undifferentiated cells. It is a group of undifferentiated cells. Cells which are formed during the culturing. Okay. So whenever we take the explant and try to culture on the media, the explant will multiply, the cells of the explant will multiply and it will become a group of cells like undifferentiated cell. You cannot differentiate them. They all look the same. It looks like a mass of the cells. Okay. It's a tissue, right? Okay, so that is called as callus. So callus is not the explant. Callus is formed from the explant. Hence option B is ruled out. So what is the correct answer for the question which says a small part of the parent plant used for tissue culture is known as? Option C is the right answer. So let us conclude. So what is the final answer? The final answer is option C, that is explant. Explant. Okay. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.